Hello, everyone, and welcome to Recreate the Real, Episode 3. I was scrolling through the oldest saved posts I have on Instagram, and I came across this one by JM88 Draws, and I thought, that is so cool, I want to draw something like that. And then I looked at it again and I thought, no way can I draw something like that. So I went back to scrolling, looking for something that I could sit down and draw when I have just a few minutes. Imagine my surprise when I started watching this Step Out by Sandhyaman. This is a demo of the Tangle hemp, and it looks just like the pattern in JM88 Draws post. So after watching this demo, I think this is something I could actually draw when I initially thought it would be almost impossible for me to draw something like that. Contrary to what I normally do, I did actually try to plan ahead and see how the pattern would fit into the original post to get a similar effect. Since I've never drawn this particular pattern before, I decided I would draw it for the first time as it was shown in the demo. But of course, I immediately deviate from the demo. The basic idea of the pattern is triangles, so as long as you can get there, you should be okay. Once you have your triangles, I highly recommend putting the dots in the middle of the triangles because once you start adding the Y's, you are making more triangles, and if you're not paying attention, you might accidentally end up making more triangles out of your other triangles and then having way too many triangles, and I feel like I'm seeing triangles a lot. I'm sure you can tell this video is sped up quite a bit, but I also was not taking my time. I should have slowed down, taken a deep breath, and enjoyed drawing the pattern. I could have avoided a lot of mistakes that way. The line repetition can be very soothing, and instead what I did is I just rushed through it so that I could get on to the next part of the drawing. Here is the finished product of the basic hemp pattern with a few minor mistakes. Now I'm going to try doing the pattern with curvy lines to get different sizes and shapes of the stars and warp the pattern a little bit and make some mistakes right away because I'm going to be missing a couple of lines right there. Now that I have the basic grid in, the pattern is all about making those triangles, putting in the dots, and creating those Y's to make the stars. Again, I rushed through this when I should have taken my time and enjoyed it, but I was in a hurry to see how it turned out. Pause for a brief dog interruption. I'm shading using my 8B graphite pencil, which gives some really nice dark shadows and blends really easily. I'm not sure what I was thinking here because this is the largest tortillon I have, and this pattern has some really tight intersections, and using something that big for blending is not really a good idea. Thankfully, I realized the error and switched it out for a much smaller one. I struggled quite a bit getting the shading right, but once again, I was rushing myself through it instead of just enjoying the process. Quick pause for another dog interruption. Time for one of my favorite parts, adding white charcoal pencil for highlights. I really enjoy drawing on the brown paper because the shading looks so good, and then the white highlights just make your designs pop off the page. Once I get the highlights in, the basic grid pattern actually looks pretty good. As I'm adding the white highlights, the pattern is really starting to pop. So even though I made a lot of mistakes, it's actually starting to look pretty good. While I did use a Tortillon to smooth out the white graphite pencil, I like the textured look of the white charcoal, so I left it alone. I ended up cutting the card into 2 pieces because it really just did not flow as one piece. So here is the straight line grid that I did first so I could learn the pattern, and here is what the warped version looks like. The original post by JM88 Draws did not have any shading or highlights, so I decided to try the pattern again, and I tried several different variations. First I tried just triangles, and then I tried dots and connected them into triangles. With both versions, you get a little bit more control over the size and shape that the pattern takes on. I also tried another warped line version. And the original demo was done with a zigzag pattern, and I hadn't tried that yet, so I tried that too. At this point, I've been drawing for almost an hour, and I decided to take a break. When I came back later, I turned the cameras on, but I forgot to hit record. Here is how my attempt at variations on the pattern turned out. I think both drawings would have turned out much better if I had tried to go slower. I'm going to try this pattern again and try to get more comfortable with it. As always, I hope you find your inspiration, and thank you for watching. I have included links in the description to the artists I follow and affiliate links to the products I used. If there's a reel you'd like to see me try, please leave a comment.